It's hard to square up. Everybody got cops come. Better get them up. That's a floss track. Better get them up. I'm a kiwi and it's a dinner rush. I'll let you finish up. Block of diamonds. I can promise I'm being honest. This being modest.
Hello, America Stadium. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Carolina Panthers. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. A spin. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Now Rodgers. 42 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And down inside the 15 he goes. For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week, 9 carries, 91 yards.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
Star Lotulelei provides a big-time hulking presence in the middle of the defense, takes on centers, guards, sometimes tackles, can move up and down the line of scrimmage, creating a big pile of bodies that allows teammates to make a lot of tackles.
And, worth noting, he's on our all-name team, isn't he?
No doubt about it.
Now Howard. Now on the year. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. And let's get a look at the Green Bay defense.
Mike Daniels is often underrated as a big-time defensive player in the NFL, but the Packers know his value. Short in stature, but that leverage advantage that he has allows him to get upfield, get underneath offensive blockers, and make plays in the backfield. In addition, very strong at the point of attack. A big-time weightlifter, got that from his dad, a former power lifter.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now a man who subbed in for Andy Lee down the stretch last year, Michael Pilardi, to kick it away. Back deep, Antonio Brown. With it is Brown. Brown with his stick skills. He did it again. And now running right through it. It looked like he might beat that last man. He doesn't, though, but it goes as a 32-yard return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. Now on the run. And this is caught inside the 5. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
And it's a touchdown for the Packers. Tucker now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. One play, 2 play. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll come up now with the clock showing 3 seconds to go here in the 1st. They go play action here on 1st down. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. One quarter in the books. 14-0 is our score. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Newton. And that is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this 1st half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. This is brought in at the 21. Able to avoid him at the 40. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. We remind you that coming up later tonight, this is going to be a good one. The Cowboys and the Raiders going at it in the East Bay.
Oh, that's old school right there.
Old school indeed. Then Monday night, another good late season matchup. The Falcons and the Buccaneers from Tampa to wrap up Week 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Flush to his right. But that's caught at the 25. And that one results in 35 yards.
Of course we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer, but you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
And I showed it right there, outside of the pocket and on the money. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Coming up at halftime, remember, we'll get you out to Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of this first half. That is, of course, unless you decide to skip him.
And for the record, we do not encourage that.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Julius Peppers in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Look, Carolina had a number of issues last year, and that's why they slumped to 6-10 after a Super Bowl appearance. The pass rush wasn't a problem for them. They still got to the quarterback.
47 total sacks. That was just one behind Arizona, who led the league.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue for them, young corners that gave up a lot of big plays.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. To throw is Rodgers. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Aaron Rodgers with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers add on to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And it is now 21-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Carolina getting set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. On 1st and 10, Newton. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A good pickup there, a 22. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm. He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. And the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion. 2nd and 10. Newton again. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Again, Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. The Jets out to the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout.
All right, here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Packers have it midway through 1. Howard's going to look for a gap, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. As they take a 7-0 lead. Now 1st and 10. Here a throw deep down the field is caught, and he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to the 2-yard line. Later on the drive, Rodgers is going to head off the left side, and he'll end up sprinting into the end zone. That puts them on top by 14. Third and long. Rodgers is going to head outside to the right, and he ends up rushing in for his 2nd touchdown as they go up here at 21-0. 1st and 10. Newton's going to find his mark, and he'll be tackled at the 46-yard line.
All right, Larry, indeed a one-sided affair to this point as we get set for half 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And his throw here's incomplete. The tight end, Ed Dickson, was the target. And it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. To throw on 3rd down. Newton. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Clay Matthews in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Palardy now on to punt as he sends this one away. Take it at the 37. Brown with his stick skills. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of down. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense.
David Johnson on his way. Touchdown, Packers. David Johnson, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline, because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's Newton. Room here to run. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. On first down, this is McCaffrey, and able to work about 5 yards out of it. So this would be record book stuff if they could pull this one out. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Michael Palardy now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Look at the spin. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And out will come the offense as they take over. They begin the drive with Johnson. Takes this to the 45. Got a little space after that nice move. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the...
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Packers. A.J. Green, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are pouring it on.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Clay Matthews in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. From the gun on third down, Newton. They'll drop it off to McCaffrey. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Here's Michael Palardy now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Broken tackle. Brown with his stick skills. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, They need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. To throw on second down is Newton. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. Third down here.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. Newton on third down. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. This is taken at about the 14. Oh, look at the juke. Brown with his stick skills. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
They are in the 4th in Buffalo. And the Bills have wound up winning that football game. Tyrod Taylor, 2 touchdown passes in the W. From the end zone, Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Down just inside the 10, back at the 9. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout.